I mean, yeah, I think I saw the ticket prices. I guess the only thing is, like, I'm surprised we're not playing at the United Center. I thought that would have been really good for the game and really good for all the women's basketball fans in Chicago. So maybe there's a conflict of some sort that I don't know about. Obviously, that's a little above my pay grade.
First time in history, WNBA games will be played in the United Center. The Chicago Sky will host the Indiana Fever at the UC on Saturday, June 7th, and on Sunday, July 27th. The highly anticipated games will feature Fever star Caitlin Clark against the Sky's very own Angel Reese, the largest attendance at a Sky game ever.
The Chicago Sky just pulled the ultimate. If you can't beat them, join the move. They're running to a bigger venue because they know Caitlin Clark fills arenas. But wait, Angel Reese actually thinks the crowd is coming for her. Somebody get her a reality check because this is straight up comedy.
Of the hottest tickets in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark coming back to the city that she owns, coming back to Chicago after Chicago gave her such a warm welcome last year. They threw Barbie night for Caitlin Clark's arrival. They gave her pink towels. The fans were lined up on the side. She was signing autographs. How is Chicago going to welcome Caitlin Clark this next year around? How are they going to top Barbie night in a 9,000 seat arena? Well, easy. We moved Barbie night to a 21,000 seat arena. Venue and date change. Our regular season games against the Chicago Sky are moving to the United Center.
So let's get this straight. The Chicago Sky, yes, the same franchise that can barely fill a 10,000 seat arena on a good day, suddenly decided to upgrade to a 20,000 seat stadium. Why? Because Caitlin Clark is coming to town. But of course, Angel Reese fans and their never-ending delusions are out here acting like this is some Angel Reese effect. Let's be real. If this was about Angel Reese, the Sky would still be playing in front of empty seats at Wintrust Arena.
So the Chicago Sky have announced that they are moving arenas for Indiana's home game. Well, Indiana's road game, but Chicago's home game. This is the motion that the Indiana Fever / Caitlin Clark has.
Caitlin Clark is the biggest name in women's basketball. Right now, she's the reason ticket prices are skyrocketing. Everywhere people are paying NBA level prices just to see her play. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's fans are out here acting like their girl is selling out arenas. News flash, the only time Reese is playing in front of a packed house is when Caitlin Clark is on the other side of the court. The Sky didn't suddenly get more popular because of Angel Reese. They just got lucky that the WNBA schedule forces them to play against Clark.
Fever games getting moved to bigger venues on the road is normal at this point in time. We see it happen quite often whenever that Fever show comes to town. But in this case, it is interesting considering the opponent and considering the venue. The Fever's games against the Chicago Sky in Chicago, it was announced 2 of them will be moving to the United Center. So that's significant in the sense of it will be the first games ever played by WNBA teams in the United Center. The games on
Chicago Sky has never been a must-watch team ever. Even when they won a championship, the city barely cared. But now that Caitlin Clark is coming, they're scrambling to make space for all the fans, not Sky fans, Caitlin Clark fans, the same way Michael Jordan made people watch the Bulls. Clark is making people watch the WNBA. You think Chicago's front office woke up one morning and said, "Wow, Angel Reese is such a draw. We need more seats, please, Reese." Fans need to stop embarrassing themselves.
Popular teams games such as Chicago Sky and the Indiana Fever to the United Center. They are moving teams such as Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever games to much larger venues. So this is an article by Sports Illustrated titled Fever Sky 2025 Matchups Move to Larger Chicago Venue to Hold Over 20,000 Fans. After the Indiana Fever and Chicago Sky matchups became some of the most watched WNBA games ever last season, partially due to the stardom of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, the Sky decided to move the 2025 matchups to the United Center instead of their home at Wintrust Arena. Clark pushed for the games to be moved to the United Center after a matchup last year, and now that wish has come true.
Let's talk numbers. Indiana Fever games are selling out across the league. Prices are through the roof. Clark is packing arenas like she's Taylor Swift on tour. Meanwhile, Angel Reese's biggest claim to fame is getting cooked by Caitlin Clark in college. And now she's riding the wave into the WNBA. Reese fans talk a big game, but where's the evidence show us the sold-out Angel Reese games? Oh, wait, they don't exist.
Chicago Sky have finally done what we've been asking for, which was to schedule the games against the Fever at the United Center. And also, in case you weren't already aware, the United Center is the biggest basketball arena in the country. Both home games against the Fever have been scheduled at the United Center. I know the specific flyer just says June 7th, but the July 27th one is also there. I'm very excited about this personally. I know the energy in there is finna be freaking crazy. I'm definitely going to try to make it out there for at least one of these damn games. I'll definitely keep y'all updated on which one I decide to go to.
And let's be honest about the Chicago Sky here to claim their biggest fame. When Clark step on their court, that's why they're expanding to a bigger stadium, not for Reese, not for Sky. But for Caitlin Clark, the Sky front office saw those ticket sales and said, yeah, we need more space, but let's give Angel Reese fans some credit. They really commit to the delusion they're out here. Saying Reese is the reason the WNBA is booming, they swear she's the next. Big thing, meanwhile, she's just another player. In Clark's highlight reel, if Reese was really that big of a deal, why didn't Chicago expand their stadium before? Why weren't they selling out games last year? Why did it take Caitlin Clark coming to town for them to make this move?
Folks, last year, the Indiana Fever were in Chicago, and a lot of us were asking, why aren't they putting this in the big arena? Are they really that stubborn that they're ready to just turn away dollars just for a narrative? Seems as if they got their end of their year report, looked at the bottom line and said, you know what? Slam shut. In 2025, we're going to be in the United Center. Maybe some of the owners were started talking behind the scenes, right?
And let's talk about on-court impact. Clark is out here changing the game. She's a walking high highlight. She's breaking records, elevating her teammates, and turning the Fever into must-watch TV Angel Reese. She's padding her rebound stats and talking trash like she's done something. The difference is when Clark talks, she backs it up. When Reese talks, she ends up on a meme. The truth is a Sky. And their fans should be on their knees thanking Caitlin Clark. She just gave them their biggest payday in years. Without her, the stadium expansion never happens. Without her, nobody is talking about Chicago Sky basketball. They'd just be another struggling franchise hoping someone notices. But now they get to pretend they matter all because Caitlin Clark is coming to town. So let Reese fans keep screaming about their imaginary Angel Reese effect. Meanwhile, the rest of us will be watching Caitlin Clark actually change the game. Because let's be real, if it wasn't for Clark, the only thing Chicago Sky would be expanding is their list of excuses for why nobody shows up to their games.
The ripple effect of Caitlin Clark is lifting all boats.
I feel like she's changing the game of WNBA. She's raising that bar so that there's going to be other athletes growing up. They're going to try to strive to be like her, be better. It's going to just make the league better.
I also think
but this isn't just about Angel Reese and the Chicago SCY. This is a pattern. Remember, the Mystics, their owner, had the nerve to publicly call out Caitlin Clark acting like she was just another player. And yet, what do they do? Quietly move their games to a bigger stadium. Because guess who? Caitlin Clark, the same people saying she's overhyped, are the ones cashing in on her name. It's almost like they don't want to admit to Caitlin Clark. Effect is real until their bank accounts say otherwise. I mean, the Mystics went from acting like they didn't care about Caitlin to literally upgrading their venue just to fit all the fans come and see her. Imagine being that shameless. That's like hating on Beyonce, but suddenly blasting her music when your rent is due. They could have at least pretended to be consistent, but no, the hypocrisy was just too strong. And what about the media? 1 minute they're saying Caitlin gets too much attention. Next they're covering every single game she plays because, well, she's the only reason people are tuning in.
Back to this.
So last night we read Time magazine where Caitlin Clark was named Athlete of the Year. Why couldn't they have put the whole WNBA on that cover and said the WNBA is the league of the year because of all the talent that we have. Because when you just keep singling out one player, it creates hard feelings.
And the Fever letting it be known what was happening. They're going to say, see ya there, see ya there. Now, the Indiana Fever stated, venue change, our regular season game on May the 28th, on September 7th at the Washington Mystics are moving to CFG Arena in Baltimore, bruh. So as y'all can see here, say game location change, CFG Bank Arena, Baltimore, Maryland. CFG Bank Arena, Baltimore, Maryland. Somebody said, could it be the Mystic owner doesn't want the Caitlin Clark shine to be seen again?
Caitlin Clark is breaking records, shattering expectations, and selling out arenas faster than a Taylor Swift concert. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is still trying to convince people to spend $100 on a ticket. The Indiana Fever's first game with Clark sold out in less than an hour. You now can't find a ticket for less than $700. Meanwhile, over in Chicago, Reese's team is practically giving tickets away like a clearance sale at Walmart, and still nobody's buying Caitlin Clark. Pulled up to the WNBA and turned it into must-watch TV. People are scrambling to get seats. Resellers are charging rent money just to get in the building. And the entire state of Indiana is buzzing the Chicago sky. They couldn't even pay people to sit in those empty seats. Seriously, you could probably get a courtside seat, a free meal, and an autograph ball from Angel Reese herself for the price of a fast food combo meal. The hype is real. Caitlin Clark isn't just bringing fans, she's bringing celebrity sponsors and national attention. Indiana Fever social media is booming. Jersey sales are through the roof, and every game she plays is a major event. Meanwhile, Angel Reese and Sky are still begging people to pull up like a sad high school prom committee that overestimated their popularity.
Those tickets sold out in under an hour. Here it says 40 minutes. I saw somewhere 42 minutes, but very, very quickly, let's just put it at that. Reseller, $568 to $2,010 per ticket. The Sky at LSU, as you can see here, and I think this was this morning when I saw this, so it might be a little different, but 62% still available. Ticket prices I saw where someone else put you could get them for $28. Here you can see $20 to $60. Huge difference in the motion of these two.
It's levels to this. Caitlin Clark makes history every time she steps on the court. Angel Reese makes excuses. Clark's first WNBA game had thousands of people in a frenzy lining up just to get a glimpse of her shooting a warm-up three raise. She's out here trying to convince folks that real basketball fans would appreciate her if they just gave her a chance. Face it, Caitlin Clark is what they call box office. She's got game, she's got charisma, and she's got the entire basketball world watching.
It's a preseason game. This is a preseason game, and it's sold out in about 10 seconds. Like, there was a 10% chance if you tried to buy them, you could get them, which is mad. Which is absolute madness. And obviously, look, it's Caitlin Clark going back to Iowa to play where her jersey was retired. Like, that's always going to happen. And if you guys did not see it, look at the price of these tickets. This is like right after the tickets went on sale. So no good seats. $1,142 for a not very good seat. I'm guessing 10 grand minimum courtside to go see Caitlin.
Caitlin Clark's arrival turned the WNBA into a hot commodity. Tickets are disappearing faster than Chicago Sky fans after a losing streak. Meanwhile, the Sky is practically handing out buy one, get one free deals, and folks still aren't biting. Caitlin Clark is playing in packed arenas with thousands of fans screaming her name. Angel Reese is playing in front of confused Chicago tourists who thought they were walking into a comedy show. The proof is in the ticket sales, the jersey numbers, and the undeniable fact that the WNBA is finally thriving because of one person, and it sure isn't Angel Reese.
At the Atlanta Dream owner, talking to the Minnesota Lynx owner, talking to the Seattle Storm owner, talking to the... Guys, I'm telling you, when Caitlin Clark comes to town, put it in the big arena because she is box office and it is going to be big money. Big, full. Not even just the ticket sales, merchandise sales, concession stands, parking. Dude, they are racking in money from every area when Caitlin Clark comes to town. So, of course, the Chicago Sky, oh, fine. I guess I'll milk that well.
Caitlin Clark stepped in and turned the league into primetime entertainment. Angel Reese stepped in and turned her team into an afterthought. The numbers don't lie. One player is elevating the game, the other is just making noise at this point. The jealousy isn't even subtle. It's not Caitlin's fault she's filling up arenas. While others can barely get their family members to show up, it's not her fault she's breaking records, while others are struggling to break double digits in scoring. The Caitlin Clark effect is real, and no amount of salt from Angel Reese to Chicago Sky or the Mystics owner is going to change that. They can keep pretending like she's not the biggest thing to happen to the WNBA, but their actions say otherwise. Just admit it, Caitlin Clark runs this league, and everybody else is just along for the